Tonight on 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, Albin and Melanie venture to South America, to ancient, alluring Peru.
I'm ecstatic about going to Peru. It is so amazing.
Get a bird's eye view of the Nazca Lines, one of the world's great mysteries.
Yeah, there's the monkey.
Experience the city of Cusco on its most celebrated day of the year.
This is why we're here, for the festival. It's really impressive.
Travel by train to majestic Machu Picchu.
Nothing you read or see can prepare you for this moment.
See why people the world over journey to this wonder deep in the Andes.
Of the 1,000 places to see before you die, Machu Picchu is on everybody's top 5 list.
All this and more tonight on 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. You see only 936 full moons in your lifetime. You live through only 312 seasons. And you get only 88 weeks of paid vacation. What if you had the chance to see the world? Meet Albin and Melanie Yuli, newlyweds with a spirit of adventure, who leave their lives in Colorado behind to go on the journey of a lifetime. Inspired by the book, 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, they lead us on a 5-month, all-expenses-paid odyssey around the world.
Some people have said to us, how can you put your life on hold? And our response is, how could you not?
1,000 Places to See Before You Die. Lima, Peru, a mix of Spanish and Indian cultures, first-rate hospitality, and some of the world's most sophisticated hotels. The capital city is a great place to start exploring. Lima is an 8-hour flight from New York and in the same time zone, so you can avoid jet lag if you're traveling from the East Coast. However you're traveling, you'll want to jump right into your Peruvian adventure. In 1927, a pilot flew over Peru's Nazca Desert, making an astounding discovery whose origins remain a mystery. The Nazca Lines are a series of geometric forms, lines creating human and animal shapes covering a massive 193 miles that can be seen only from the sky. Were these enigmatic markings extraterrestrial landing sites, astronomical calendars, or secret messages to the gods? And how were they created if they can be discerned only from high above?
Very pleased to meet you. My name is Dalibor, and I'm going to be your guide.
Flight over the Nazca Lines is something that I had read about in advance. On one particular flight was an article. Of the 6 people who were on the flight, 5 threw up. So of course, I think I'm gonna be one of the 5. Oh my God.
I'm very anxious to see what the heck they actually look like.
Wait.
There's a trapezoid. Right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
All those lines are staying forever.
Really?
Never rains, hardly any wind, you know.
There's a lot of them.
Look at this flat line. Looks like a landing field, you see?
Does.
Oh, yeah.
What are the Nazca Lines? Well, Nazca Lines are huge markings. We have different kind of the shapes of the animals.
There's a monkey. And what is he doing? Weaving. Look at under his hands.
What is that?
Weaving. So that means that the Nazca were working with the cotton. They knew the existence of cotton. That's one of my favorite hummingbird. Yes.
We have the representation of the human being. The famous astronaut is actually representing a human being, a higher priest from the Nazca times.
Oh, there it is on the hill. Looks like E.T.
It does look like E.T.
Now, I can see why alien
Yeah, exactly.
theories.
No.
Some people think it's aliens. It's not aliens.
It's definitely alien.
All along the existence of the human being, we were always doing things to see, to appreciate, of course, dedicated to the God, but we were always satisfying our ego. Nazca Lines is the only place in the world which human being couldn't observe, couldn't see, because they had no capability to fly.
The Nazca Lines, like, actually discovered? I mean, did people at one point just realize they were there?
That's true. They realized that those lines were there, but they could overfly. And who discovered those lines? They were military pilots, you know.
Oh, military pilots?
Definitely the first planes in the area, you know.
Again, what blows my mind is how they did that thousands of years ago without being able to
That's
look
correct.
down at it.
That's correct.
All the technology that we have today, we still have no idea why did they made them and who made them. This is definitely one of the greatest mysteries of our time.
That was incredible.
Great.
Incredible.
The one thing I really like about this place is they don't tell you exactly what it is. They tell you theories and let you make your own deductions, and I appreciate that.
The Lima Country Club Hotel is a national monument. Classic and Peruvian artwork adorn this 5-star hotel.
Wow.
This is gorgeous. Wow.
It's amazing.
From a refined lobby to spacious rooms, it's easy to see why this is a favorite destination in Peru.
This is awesome. This is gonna be crazy. You ready, Mel? Vámonos.
A visit to Peru means enjoying some great nightlife and the national drink, the Pisco Sour. Dalibor has offered to bring Alvin and Melanie to the Peñas, a popular late-night club where families gather to sing, dance, and share a few Pisco Sours through the wee hours of the morn.
Songorocosong is the name of the establishment in Barranco, one of the most famous places for the bohemian and artists. My family lives here like 40 years, and the custom here is to make the parties in this way every weekend.
Melvin. Mucho gusto.
Yeah.
This is
Melanie.
This is Melanie. Oh, Pisco Sour, guys. Arriba, abajo, al centro y adentro. Good stuff. Cheers.
Thank you so
Salud.
Salud. Salud.
This is a special dance which we call Baila Picando, all right?
The Alcatraz is a flirtatious, hip-shaking couples dance in which the man tries to ignite a tissue fastened to his partner's backside. As tradition has it, if he's successful, he'll ignite the flame in her heart.
So she has to blow it out, like shake and blow it out. I know.
The male dancer comes over to me, and I just have like this pit in my stomach that I know I have to go get up in front of these, you know, who knows, maybe 50 to 100 people.
Oh my God.
But it was so much fun. And everybody was clapping for me, and the music was playing. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it.
Melanie may have felt something in the pit of her stomach. I wanted to curl up in a ball and start crying. But you know what? I'm in Lima, so I'll give it a shot.
You know, here we love the happiness. So this is a place where we are to create together fantastic moments.
little loose, yeah.
A little windy.
woozy. Yeah.
All right.
We're so high up, what, 11,000 feet right now, just
Yeah.
where we landed?
We're as high as like the top of a peak in Vail, Colorado right now. But these people live here, and it's a big city. Hotel Monasterio!
Hotel
We're here!
Monasterio!
Yay! I have been waiting for this.
Hello.
What is this?
It is so beautiful, and it is so serene.
Oh, this is so relaxing.
It actually is so much prettier than the pictures. I can't believe it.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to visit. This is the coca tea. It's good for the altitude.
Tastes coca tea, like coca leaf, right?
Yeah, but apparently it's not.
Cocaine.
It's not cocaine. It's good for you.
Cheers.
Or salud.
The hotel used to be a seminary to train priests. It was built in 1592 over the structures of an Inca palace, which belonged to an Inca Amarucala. The government was taking care of this building, and then they decided to convert it into a hotel. The unique amenity we have in the hotel is the oxygen enrichment system. Cusco is located at 11,000 feet. So some people may suffer the sickness altitude, and the idea was to pump 3% additional oxygen while they are staying in our rooms.
Oh my gosh, the chapel?
It's a chapel from 16th century. It's open until 10 p.m., so
we
you
can
can
actually
visit
pray
there.
there?
Yes, of course.
All the paintings you have here in the chapel are original from that time. So we're talking about 300 years old. So they are very valuable pieces of art.
And this is original silver from 16th century.
Wow, really?
Yes, from 16th century.
The tree is something important in the hotel. You know, it's the only cedar tree in Cusco, and it's about 300 years old as well.
Welcome.
It is the most incredible room I've ever seen. It's like walking into somebody's chambers in a castle.
Hope you enjoy that.
They've just done such a good job of sort of maintaining the character of the Hotel Monasterio.
Okay? No, nada.
We'll see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Wow.
After getting settled, Melanie and Alba meet the man who will expertly guide them through Peru.
Hi, I'm Eddie. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you too.
Eddie, I'm Melanie.
Melanie, nice to meet you.
Cusco bursts with excitement. The locals revel in the streets to mark the eve of the Inti Raymi festival.
Oh my gosh, look at this!
It's pretty exciting. Everybody's crowded in this big square. We can see the parade starting to go by. It's a party atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a party atmosphere for about a week, you know?
Right.
Everybody gets excited, you know, because tomorrow it's also the Inti Raymi. And
Those look like cowboys.
They do.
Cusco, it have 13 provinces. So I can tell where they come from because
Just by the way they're dressed.
The way that they dress.
Is there music specific to their region?
The music also, it's different, but it's more related with the Andean instruments.
This is basically a big party.
Oh, we came for the festival and to do the Inca Trail. See Machu Picchu.
This is definitely one of the places you'd want to come and see before you die.
Everybody's celebrating, having a great time, and it just makes you so excited to see what's next.
But this is only the beginning. Once the sun comes up, the real party gets going. On the day of the festival, the Yulis are among the thousands waiting to see the reenactments of old Inca traditions. Fearing a lack of sun might lead to famine, the ancient Incas gathered in Cusco during the winter solstice to honor the sun god and plead for his return. Today, the Incas have lots of pleading to do. It's pouring rain.
Because you know the sun was the main god in the Inca times.
Eddie tells us then that we have the opportunity to talk to the Inca king.
The Inca is the son of the sun. And when I say the son of the sun, I mean he's the son of the sun in the sky.
Do you have some questions? Los señores le van a hacer algunas preguntas.
Will we have sun for the Inti Raymi?
I mean, we don't know when the last time it rained on
Festival
the
of the
Festival
Sun.
of the Sun. And so we're thinking, does this mean it's a bad year for all of Peru?
Que no me abandone, que me acompañe en este día que nosotros salimos a justamente darle las gracias a mi padre, y mi padre no me puede abandonar, porque yo mentalizo y le digo, Padre mío, sal, por favor, que yo te necesito.
Here he comes.
Here's the sun.
Here's the sun coming out
It's
right
wonderful.
now.
I am not kidding. The sun came out. I know that no one's going to believe that, but that's exactly what happened.
Pido a mi padre, my
He
father.
asked his father.
It's time for him to go to work now, and this is why we're here, for the festival.
So have you all been here before?
First time.
What do you think?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
How's the altitude?
You guys
Are you okay?
She had a tough time yesterday. It was our first day.
You're not going to all 1,000 places, are you?
Hopefully.
The people streaming down the stairs and onto the field represent the Inca Empire's 4 regions or suyos, the north, south, east, and west. The chieftains are followed by musicians, dancers, and warriors, all dressed in traditional Inca garb to honor the king and his father, the sun.
Thanks, Sun God, that you are letting us to be with all the people from your land.
The king speaks Quechua, the Inca language passed down from generation to generation without the benefit of the written word. An intricate system of knotted strings called quipu was used in trading and communicating. After the king addresses the city, the ceremony moves to the town square, the historic location of Inti Raymi. They wait to follow the king to the fortress of Sacsayhuaman, where they will conclude the ceremony.
It is very interesting to see when he comes out. He commands your attention. It's really impressive. They were probably all up there all day.
I've been dreaming of this moment for probably 4 years, and to see this crowd on the hill is amazing.
We're sitting there watching the ceremony, and it's become an ugly day again. This is the point in the ceremony where the king has to call the sun to bless the ceremony and come out. The pressure's on him at this point because he's already done it once today. And all of the representatives from the various suyos, they're all making this gesture for the sun to come out. He calls and he calls. And it comes out. It comes out. Is it a coincidence that the sun came out twice at the times that he asked it to? Perhaps. Moments later, I even realize it's hailing now. It's hailing. I can't believe it's hailing now. Is he gonna be able to pull this off again?
No.
So, coincidence? It's gotta be, but you know what? He's the king.
He's calling to choose the llama to be sacrificed. So the llama is going to be sacrificed. It's an offering to the upper world.
I have sort of a physical reaction to the whole thing.
In praying for health and prosperity, the Incas would sacrifice a llama, the ultimate symbol of servitude.
So the llama is going to be sacrificed. It's an offering to the upper world.
That it is.
Oh gosh, Alvin. I'm sort of torn between my respect of this culture and their traditions, but I'm conflicted because they're killing this llama in front of all these people.
See, that's the heart.
Oh my gosh.
Heart will be put in the fire.
Turn to Melanie, and I'm saying I can't believe this.
The link to the upper world is through the smoke.
You wanna
hear the story about the llama?
Is it gonna upset me more? Oh, okay.
They're fake. They buy a in the market. They don't really kill the llama. Are you kidding me? No. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry.
The Inca spirit builds to a crescendo at Sacsayhuama, where the four regions of Cusco unite as one. Led by the king, they pray to the sun god, the Mother Earth, and the Mother Moon for peace, health, and an abundant harvest.
It's ending with the king up on the throne again, being carried around. So as he gets close to us, I wave to him, "Hey, king." And he looked right at me. It's at this moment that he stands up and holds both his hands up in the air.
I think he recognized Albin.
He did.
I wanted to give you a little, what's up?
King gave me props in Cusco.
Melanie and Albin bid farewell to mystical Cusco and take a 30-minute bus ride to the village of Pisac. It's best to go on a Sunday when the local market is liveliest. Open from 9 to mid-afternoon, the market has handicrafts at prices far below those of Cusco. The drive to Pisac is a chance to see the awesome mountains, deep gorges, and winding rivers that give the valley its name.
This is the Sacred Valley. Up in the mountains, we have the glacier, but down below, we can see how much farming it was done.
Yeah.
The soil of this valley, it's excellent. In this valley, it can grow almost everything, right? That's why it's called sacred. It's still providing food to the city of Cusco, and it used to be in the Inca times too.
Do all the people in this valley mostly just survive off their fields, their agriculture?
Agriculture and animals. As you can see, we have here the Urubamba River, but originally it was called the Wilca Mayu. Wilca means sacred and Mayu means river. This valley is irrigated mainly by the main river, and we have tributaries that comes from the glaciers to bring the water to irrigate the lower level valleys. And the global warming, it's affecting to the valleys. Later, I'm going to explain you more about this problem that we have nowadays.
What is the Pisac market actually going to be like?
You know, it's a combination between the farmers who bring all their products down to the market, and in the other side we have the market for tourists.
Where?
That's the market?
Yeah, well, that's
yeah.
the city. With
I see it. I see it with the tree in the
middle.
middle.
With the trees,
All those
yeah,
tents.
that
Wow.
is the market.
So we're crossing over the river?
Yeah, the Wilcamayo River. And this is the
That's
town
huge.
of Pisac.
It all smells so good.
It's all the products are fresh. People comes from the side mountains to bring their products. This is the barley that it's used to feed the guinea pigs. Because all the houses have guinea pigs in the house. They raise guinea pigs for food.
They
That's
eat
part
them?
of the culture. We eat them.
Do you think we'll find like guinea pig prepared here in this market?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna leave you here. You can go also to the tourist area and just enjoy there.
Sounds great.
Sounds
Okay.
like fun.
Thanks, Eddie.
Melanie and I start exploring the market.
Look at these chess pieces. Those are so cool. I
What are
love
they?
malachite. Or I'm going to get one of these. Maybe I'll get a bracelet.
And quickly I realized Melanie spent enough money for one day on souvenirs. And we decide we want to get something to eat.
There's a place up there.
So we head over to the oven where they serve the food. And there's the food sitting right there in front of us.
But I think those are the guinea pigs.
Oh, God, get out of here. So we decide we want to be open to other cultures. Maybe we could ask him just to cut the head off. He brings it out and puts it on our table, and I quickly ask somebody, how do we eat this?
Just break the...
Do you like it?
Rip it apart? Oh, God.
Oh, Alvin, this is so... Don't throw up.
I know I won't. All right, he's a very rubbery guy.
Here.
You ready?
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
It tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What I'm tasting is those herbs inside in this thing.
What I'm tasting is a pet. Would you order it again?
Absolutely not.
Me neither. Never. Never in a million years.
Before leaving the market, Melanie slips away to find a gift for Alvin to commemorate their first anniversary and their first trip to Peru.
This is good. When you travel with one person, you have this great big world, and you have each other in it.
Oh, here, are these the Nazca lines?
So it's really, for us, been kind of magical because it's made me see Albin in all these different lights that I didn't before.
Having taken in the sights, sounds, and smells of the market, the Yulis reunite with Eddie. There is more to see of the Sacred Valley in Urubamba, and Melanie and Albin have just one last chance to take it in before the sun goes down.
In 10 years, it used to be covered with snow as a glacier. But we can see that the black rock, it is
Becoming exposed now.
It's becoming exposed now. And who knows what's gonna be in 10 years more, or 20.
Right.
It's gonna disappear the water, it's gonna disappear the view. The Wilcamayo Valley could disappear.
Sacred Valley.
Sacred Valley is gonna be, we will have less food than we could ever have.
For Eddie, there's nothing that's more sad than losing the glacier which means losing the river, which means losing the valley and the place that he loves.
To think of how this is affecting them, not only with their crops, but spiritually, we don't appreciate it as much as they do here. Because of things that we're all doing worldwide, it's affecting these people right here in this valley. It's really sad to see that. You know, before we left, one thing we talked about a lot was I hope we learn stuff here and bring it back with us, and when we get back, I hope we remember it. This is the first thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best is yet to come as the Yulis head into the heart of the Andes, the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu.
We're not hiking up the Inca Trail. We're going there in style. We're on the Hiram Bingham luxury train. It is luxurious.
There are two ways to get to Machu Picchu from Cusco, a relaxing 4-hour train ride or a challenging 4-day hike on the fabled Inca Trail. Albin and Melanie are taking the very best of the trains, the Hiram Bingham, named for the Yale archaeologist who found Machu Picchu buried beneath dense foliage. A few years after Bingham made his discovery in 1911, this luxury railroad was put into operation and is still one of the world's great train journeys.
This is a hell of a way to travel.
Yeah.
Aboard the train, the Yulis enjoy a 5-star meal and spectacular views of the Urubamba Valley.
You've traveled a lot more than we have. Do you have any advice for us, any good advice?
I drink a lot of water. Try to stay healthy, you know.
You and me, Machu Picchu. Tú y yo en Machu Picchu. Yeah!
Nice. Gracias.
That was the best train ride I've ever been on in my life.
Are you kidding?
From the train station, the bus traverses difficult switchbacks all the way up the mountain and stops at the Machu Picchu Sanctuary Lodge, the only hotel at the foot of the ruins. It offers comfortable rooms with views, as well as 2 restaurants to help you fuel up before and after a long day exploring Machu Picchu.
Albin and I have this room with a terrace that has orchids and strawberries and just
birds,
and it's just like this little Garden of Eden. It's fantastic.
Check this out.
Wow.
It's nice.
Here's to our incredible journey thus far, and looking forward to experiencing the magic of Machu Picchu tomorrow. We want to get a good night's sleep because in the morning, we want to get into Machu Picchu.
尼克·帕帕维奇是专业的飞机回收人员，从私人飞机到大型喷气客机，他都有回收。
进入这一行完全是个巧合。那时候我刚开始运营一条加勒比地区的航线，跟我合作的银行请我帮忙回收2架747飞机。
喷气飞机买卖行业风险很大，利润很高，当然买主的自尊心也是非常强的。因此，当尼克来回收这些价值数百万美元的飞机时，常常会遇到危险。他们需要在飞机消失前果断、迅速地采取行动。
飞机不见了，
他们要抓紧时间找到飞机。
谁拿走了我所有的图表？
否则它就会永远消失。
Of the 1,000 places to see before you die, Machu Picchu is on everybody's top 5 list. We think we're going to be the first ones there. No, There are other people who are already there, which is unbelievable because we get up so early.
Well, it's really early. The sun's just coming up.
It's 6 a.m. The crowd is already building, and we're really anxious to get in there. We want to see it first.
Exciting, very exciting. I thought it was in shape.
Me too. We are hiking up this hill, which is really tough at altitude, and it is so well worth it.
It's just been untouched to do whatever it wants to do, you know?
Oh my gosh, Albin.
Nothing you read or see can prepare you for this moment, can it?
Unbelievable. This is amazing. I'd have never guessed, ever.
Me neither. This is breathtaking.
I had no idea that this is what it really even looked like. Every day in this journey is exciting because we know where we're going, but we don't necessarily know what we're going to experience and what we're going to feel. That is absolutely incredible.
On a continent endowed with magnificent pre-Columbian archaeological sites, Machu Picchu is a supreme showpiece. Built and abandoned by the Inca and reclaimed by the jungle, the 100-acre ruins, a well-planned complex of stone townhomes, temples, stairs, and warehouses, is perched high atop the mountain of Machu Picchu. The world has maintained a fascination with the site since its rediscovery almost a century ago by Bingham, who was tipped off by an unsuspecting local boy. There continues to be speculation as to when Machu Picchu was built, though it was most likely in the 15th century. Invisible from the valley below, self-contained, and watered by natural springs, Machu Picchu might have been a secret city for the Inca elite. The buildings were made by carving and stacking giant stones, and the precision architecture and construction is still among Peru's finest.
It's so striking because it's this amazing, elaborate stone city right there in the middle of these mountains, and nobody knew it was there for the longest time. This is pretty. The sun's gonna come up soon.
I know, that'll be awesome. I can't wait.
It's gonna be
pretty
nice.
excited to see that. So these are llamas or alpacas. So they just live here at Machu Picchu. How weird is that?
Actually, this was settled by llamas.
Machu Picchu is a place that you have to see with a guide. There is no way that you can possibly understand or appreciate what you are seeing without a guide. And Eddie did such a great job of explaining what everything was.
The sun rises from there and shines the ceremonial table inside through the window. The people put offerings in there, like, could it be potatoes, could it be quinoa, kiwicha, corn? And those offerings are give it to the sun god. So the sun god comes and get it, you know? It's going up to the upper world, and it happens once a year.
Yeah, it's just so
wow.
impressive.
I know that they were able to figure that out with those little tiny windows.
Look, look. Somehow, can you feel that energy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look down below.
Oh, yeah.
It's working now.
Oh, yeah.
4 days after the solstice, the sun comes up through the temple window. Seeing the sun rise over Machu Picchu may be one of life's great experiences.
Eddie, thank you so much.
No,
That's amazing.
it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
There's so much to learn walking around Machu Picchu, and he knew every little nook and cranny of that place. These are enormous rocks, though.
They are.
Yeah,
huge.
they are. How the way they lifted up those rocks and put it there, because the Incas never developed the wheel.
But they had circles everywhere, and they never developed the wheel.
Yeah, because it's sacred, and sacred shapes can't be rolling and represents to the sun god.
So it would just be a bunch of men carrying something.
Yeah, I mean, find a ramp, make it very slippery, so slide the rocks to the upper part. And
There were some very, very skilled people.
Who lived here?
According since Hiram Bingham was here, it was royal or noble people who was living here. One of the theories said that it was living about 300 people in this place.
Wow.
Do they have any estimations as to how long it took to complete this?
Machu Picchu was built in 300 years. In a life expectancy of 45 years, it is at least 15 generations.
It would have been a waste for us to walk around there without a guide, because we would not even have come close to appreciating 1/10 of what Machu Picchu had to offer.
Machu Picchu is both a city of architectural wonders and itself a massive sculpture carved from the mountain.
Yeah, you see these stones that are coming out, so they are still part of the mountain.
Yeah.
You know, it's a way that they respect to the Mother Earth, because they don't really destroy it. They just build around it, on top of it. Sometimes they use it as a foundation.
I feel honored to have the privilege to be here.
It's breathtaking. You have to spend an entire day here, I'm sure, to see it all.
Yeah, you actually need 2 days. I will leave you alone for a while.
Catch up with you later.
Sounds good.
I just had no idea, you know, this was gonna be like beyond explanation. I could never explain it to somebody.
Okay, so I have a surprise for you.
How can you have a surprise for me here? You just sacrifice me to the sun god?
Yeah. So this is to celebrate our first anniversary. Everybody says the first year of marriage is the hardest, and it hasn't been for us. It's been the best thing ever.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Thank you very much. When did you buy this?
At PSOC.
Well, thank you very much. On day one, I probably said Melanie and I were gonna be stuck together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But as we move into this trip and this adventure, we've gained perspective, a new perspective on things, on each other. The journey itself is an education.
Well, it's the biggest classroom you could ever imagine.
Just about every moment of every day, we're experiencing something new.
I can already see a change in myself through this experience. I was in a small plane, which I'm really scared of, and I get motion sickness, and I didn't get sick. And I think that this whole experience is going to be conquering a lot of fears and anxieties that I have. I can't imagine how I'm going to feel at the end of this.
I highly advise everybody else, don't listen to the excuses in your head, and don't give way to all the restrictions and things. Make the decision to go do it and make it happen. Oh, Melanie, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I love it. My hope is that we can carry this with us and make it part of us. We've changed. We're different here. I hope when I'm back sitting at my desk or wherever I end up, I'm the person who's standing here right now, not the person I was before I left.